Hi, my name's Jonathan Humphreys. I'm a CENDIAS advisor in CENDIAS for BCP, part of BCP Council. So CENDIAS, we provide information, advice and support to the families of children and young people with special educational needs and disabilities. So we are arm's length from the local authority in a separate data silo, which is interesting because a lot of people in the local authority often haven't heard of us. And so, we're giving information as well to other professionals as well as directly to the families. So one of the things that we do, obviously, as we're providing information, advice and support, it'll come a point where the person who's been supporting, we don't need to support anymore. So we'll say, here's the last of the information for us. Get back in touch if you need any help, but also let us know how we've done. We've got a little feedback link on the bottom of our emails that we send out that goes through to Microsoft Forms. Now, I've used lists and Power Automate now, so that once I send that email off, I don't need to do anything more because they complete the little form on Microsoft Forms. Power Automate then will automatically go, we've got a new submission. Let's add that to our list on Teams. So that means that myself and my colleagues can just see in real time any feedback that comes in and what that is. And with Forms then as well, that's all kept there in a nice, easy to access Excel file. So come the end of the year, if we need to collate any feedback we've received, it's all there. All the details we need is all there. I haven't had to send masses of emails. I haven't had to trawl through various different pieces of work or manually input data from one thing to another like we used to have to do. And so, yeah, that saves a lot of time over the course of the year. So, yeah, that's something that I'm really pleased we've been able to improve the process of using Microsoft 365 tools. So I like the fact that we can learn new things all the time. It's always, it adds a bit of variety to your role when you're getting new bits of information from here and from there. So I've always enjoyed that bit. I've been able to share that with my colleagues as well and make their life easier. Sometimes, make things happen a little bit quicker as well. So yeah, saving work and learning new things is always a good combination. I'd possibly go for SharePoint or Teams simply because of the way they've made collaboration so much easier. Our team has been using SharePoint since before the pandemic, back in 2019, actually, because we used to be based on separate sites on different types of hardware. So we couldn't share information via our kind of like internal V drive and things like that. So we used to use SharePoint all the time and still do now to work together on spreadsheets that we're all working on, things like that. So while it's not the most exciting of things, I'd possibly say SharePoint, just simply because we use it all day, every day, and it's so useful. Early on in the program, Teams and the rest of the suite was very new to most of us. Well, to almost all of us, I would say, because other than SharePoint, nobody in my team had used any Microsoft 365 products other than the standard kind of bread and butter of Outlook, Excel, etc. So I would hold regular kind of chats with my colleagues in our meetings, and we'd have a part of the meeting whereby I'd say, okay, this is the latest part of how to use Teams, or hey, have you seen about Planner? We can use that to help, streamline and track projects and things like that. That's become a little bit less common these days because people are more comfortable with using Teams and so on. People are more aware that there are different apps out there and are more comfortable just trying different things as well. So I'm more of a kind of, hey, let's just quickly bring Jonathan and see if there's something that we don't know about that we can ask. So these days are more of a don't want to say like a gopher for information, but I make sure that my colleagues are aware that they can ring me at any time and just have a chat about whether or not there is a solution to a problem that they have, or whether or not there is a way they can streamline the thing. So while I do still, of course, pop into our meetings and say, hey, have you heard about this latest thing? There's more of a focus around just being available for my colleagues now. So the champions chats always contain tips and useful information, as well as just being a nice way to touch base. Activities are always good. I mean, if you're at all competitive, trying to get your way through everything and get as many badges as possible is great. But for myself, I particularly like the webinars because they vary from being like a deep dive on a specific problem or specific app to being an overview of a particular situation and all the different tools you can bring in to make that solution better, as it were. As well as that, the fact that they recorded means that even if I can't pop in and watch it straight away, then it's still there for me to access later on at a time that's convenient for me. So quite often I'll get everything, won't necessarily say get everything done at the end of the week, but perhaps come a Friday afternoon, I'll be like, there was that webinar that I wasn't able to catch up on. Got the time now, I can just get on that, and hey, if I finish that before the end of the day, maybe I can put some of that into use as well straight away, or I pop that into the meeting chat for my next Teams meeting with my colleagues as well to let them know about the next new thing.